In today's gaming news, the Hearthstone Open Beta gets pushed back, a new EverQuest Next Landmark video talks procedural generation, and the creator of Mafia reveals a realistic open-world medieval RPG. Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. Force here with your day's gaming news. First up today, Hearthstone was originally planned to enter Open Beta sometime in December. Well, December's almost over, and clearly the open beta isn't here. Now, Blizzard has officially stepped out and stated that it has been pushed back, and the open beta for Hearthstone will not be happening until sometime early next year. The good news is, however, if you opted into the closed beta prior to December 16th, you will have already been sent an invite. So if you haven't seen it, be sure to check your spam folder. Also, closed beta opt-ins will be ending on January 7th, and anyone who opts in prior to that point is guaranteed to get into the closed beta before the open beta. Now what this tells us is that the open beta won't be happening anytime around January 7th if they're closing closed beta opt-ins at that point, and then still promising to let people in before the open beta commences. So again, open beta is not happening at least probably for about a month or so from this point. But if you really want to get in, all you have to do is have either already opted in or opt in before January 7th, and you'll be getting in before the open beta happens. Next up in news, we have a brand new video for EverQuest Next Landmark that talks about procedural generation within the game. Now, what they wanted to do with this game is make a world that was much bigger than anything they've made in the past, and they quickly realized they couldn't do this by handcrafting every level because it takes too much time and money, and then us players would consume it much faster than they could pump it out. So they decided to go the route of procedural generation, and they did it by taking the following steps. The first thing they did was define an artistic look and create field guides for each of the biomes, things that are unique to that area and that give it a distinct flavor. They then built all of the unique assets based on that artistic design and the field guides, and then put everything together in a procedural system. And now what this spits out is something that looks very unique from zone to zone. It looks handcrafted, but is actually procedurally generated, giving us a much larger landmass, at a much lesser cost for the developer and an easier way to pump new stuff out. Now they're going to be having 5 biomes at the launch of the game, and those are going to be the hot volcanic area, a cool forest, an arid desert, a colorful forest, and the snow mountains. Now when I first looked at this, I wasn't all that surprised because it basically sounds how most procedural games are done, but frankly this game looks so pretty in my eyes. I love the artistic style behind it that it really does look handcrafted, and it's neat to see such a good-looking game also be procedurally generated, and that's something we really don't have at the moment. There's a lot of procedural generation that's been going on in gaming, but a lot of it doesn't really look that good, and it looks like EverQuest Next Landmark and then EverQuest Next after it will be making advancements in that particular area. And last up in news today, we've got a brand new open world medieval combat game called Kingdom Come Deliverance. This is coming from the creator of Mafia and his brand new studio, Warhorse Studios. This will be an open world action adventure RPG that has blockbuster values, non-linear story, and revolutionary first-person melee combat. Some of the big features of this game will be including period-accurate fighting and combat, warhorse battles, and big open field sieges. Crazy stuff like that. It's going to be a realistic and staying as true to historical accuracies as possible. And that means no magic, no fantasy, no dragon, no casting spells. Now I have to say, as much as I love all of those things, dragon, casting spells, magic, this seems like it's really cool. Based on what they're talking about having like revolutionary first-person melee combat, I immediately think to something like Chivalry Medieval Warfare. And if we could get a game with a combat even somewhat similar to Chivalry, but in an open world RPG setting, that could be a heck of a lot of fun. Now again, I will be sad about the lack of magicians and dragons and zombies, but still, this could be a really, really exciting game, and it's supposed to be an immersive, historical, accurate, in some sense, RPG, and I could definitely see myself getting into something like that. So let me know what you guys think about this new game, Kingdom Come Deliverance, and the approach that they're taking to a medieval RPG without the fantasy. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of The Force Feed. That's going to do it. Please be sure to comment in the comment section below about any of the topics discussed here today. Once again, this has been Force, and you have just been force-fed. First up today, Hearthstone was originally set to open... It's not set to open beta, it was set to enter open beta. A derp. First up today, Hearthstone was originally set to open... I did it again! I did it again! What the